It's time for Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast, special edition, once again from the Jasper County Fair with Iowa State Extension Youth Coordinator for Jasper County, Stacy Wilson, and once again going to give us some final results from the Jasper County Fair on what we call the wrap-up day, the final day from the fair. It's got to be kind of a double-edged sword for you. Final day, things come to a conclusion, but kind of a sad day too, I suppose.
Yeah, it kind of is. There's kind of a letdown after so much work and preparation and everything, but it was a good fair. So
and for some of these kids, on to the Iowa State Fair too.
Yep.
All right, great. Okay, so on to the results. Tell us about that, Stacy.
Okay, well, I think yesterday we ended with the breeding calf show because the market calf show wasn't done yet. So we have the market calf results, and the grand champion market steer was exhibited by Mason Titus. Reserve champion market calf was exhibited by Hannah Nealman. And then we had a +1 division, and +1 are calves that were shown the previous year as a bottle calf. So that's a 2-year project for kids instead of a 1-year project for the market animal.
A lot of work.
Yeah, and they get so attached to those calves. But the +1 champion this year was Avery Cartwright, and the reserve champion was Hadley Van Wyck.
All right, great.
So that, and potentially, if those are heifers, they can come back one more time as a cow-calf pair.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's a good project. Then we had the showmanship on how the kids were evaluated on how well they did in the show ring. Seniors were Jane Damon and Brock Barnett. Intermediates were Elliot Lamb and Hannah Nealman. And the juniors were Casey Hosbond and James Moffett.
All right.
Okay.
Congratulations to all those kids.
Yeah, they did a great job. So then we had a poultry show going on, and we had a champion market bird. That was Abram Shipley. Reserve was Seth Hansen. Champion production bird, Avery Telsma. Reserve champion, Emily Schweinenbart. Champion turkey was Callan Buckland, and reserve Caden Buckland. And then the poultry showmen were junior, senior, Amelia Plowman, intermediate Brecken Lowry, and senior Maya Vanzani. And my days are all running together. I have a feeling I read this yesterday.
Okay, no problem if you did. Not a big deal.
Okay. Meat goats, the goat show. We had champion meat goat was Claire Cachera. Reserve champion meat goat, Sadie Booth. Senior showman was Jonathan Swan, and reserve showman was Claire Cachera. Champion breeding goat winners, grand champion was Claire Cachera, and reserve champion was Kaylin Paget.
All right.
Okay, and then I think the final results I have are rabbits. And we had a best of show grand champion, that was Riley Ratcliffe. Reserve champion, best of show was Emerson Lohr. Showmanship, junior champion was SMA Plowman. Junior reserve champion was Violet Lohr. Intermediate champion was Kalan Camp, and intermediate reserve champion was Avery Plowman. Senior champion, Riley Ratliff. Senior reserve champion, Blanca Gutierrez. And then we have a couple other classes that don't involve the actual rabbit, like a poster class, so kids can make a poster and be judged on that. And it's an educational poster, so they're educating the public on some form of rabbit husbandry. And the winners of that were Bexley Talsma and Faith Bonham.
Okay.
And then we had a rabbit photo contest, and those were photos that kids took of rabbits or some aspect of rabbits exhibiting, and these are not photos that were entered in the building here. So the champion was Cyrus Rosendahl, and reserve champion photo was Lydia Rosendahl.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I keep seeing this sign staring at me every time I look over. Join County Council. What is County Council?
County Council, that is a club that you must belong to what we call a community 4-H club, which is your regular 4-H club. And then you have to be in 9th through 12th grade, And this is a club made up of kids from all over the county. Instead of just, most of the clubs have kids from their community in them, but this one is senior 4-Hers from all over the county. We meet once a month, and they meet with me, and we plan county activities such as our Meals from the Heartland packaging event in the winter, our Festival of Trees. They help with the 4-H record keeping awards program. Mm-hmm. They actually facilitate that program. And then we have a lot of fun, and we get together with county councils from other counties, and it's more or less a leadership club.
I see. Okay, great. This is wrap-up day at the Jasper County Fair. This will possibly, I think this will be our final report from the Jasper County Fair. But what happens on wrap-up day?
Well, the projects go out of this building, the youth building. So this was full of projects yesterday, and we tried something new this year that seemed to have worked well. We started releasing projects last night. So at 8 o'clock, families could come in, 4-Hers could come in and get their projects. And I actually had a shift in the 4-H food stand. And when I came in here, I didn't realize how many would be out already.
Yeah,
and it was kind of like a shock. It was kind of like, oh, I don't think I was quite ready for that.
It's quite vacant compared to yesterday, Stacy.
Yep. So, but it made today nice because we have the auction going on tonight, the livestock auction, and we auction off our 4-H bucket of junk sculptures right before that. And just wrap up, like I just made a trip to Newton I couldn't have gotten one more thing in my Jeep because we packed up our office and took it back to the extension office.
Now, is the wood carver going to be auctioned tonight, or do you know what's going on with that?
After the parade and the auction was canceled on Monday night, there was talk about that, but then they ended up auctioning those off last night after the Bottle Calf show.
Okay, all right.
Because the Bottle Calf show, that always brings a lot of people in too. So I think they thought the auction might go too long tonight if they did both.
Well, I know you're going to try to find the Fair Queen and the Fair Princess, but if you can't find them, this is going to be our final report. And if it is our final report, then I want to do one more thing here and give you a check for $100 to the Jasper County 4-H. I did this off the air last year, but I wanted to make the presentation on the air because I really appreciate all you do for these reports, Stacy, and I know you're very, very busy during the Jasper County Fair, and this is the second year that she's done this, ladies and gentlemen, and these kids deserve a big pat on the back. And before we wrap up, how is 4-H funded normally? Because I know it takes some funds to do this and to get this all paid for.
Yeah, there's a annual fee for 4-H, but compared to other activities, it's very affordable. It's the state fee is $35 per kid per year. With our Geisler Penquite grant, we pay half of that, and so that's part of it. The clubs do fundraising for their activities they do throughout the year. We write some grants, we get donations. A lot of times we'll have a memorial donation from people we don't even know that were in 4-H as a kid, a child or something, and those are really meaningful. It's like, gosh, all those years that this project or this program has stuck with them. So,
well, if you have any fundraising going on, let me know about it, and we'll try to spread the word about that.
Oh, okay. And I can't tell you how much we appreciate your support. And
well, I'm glad to do it. I really am. And let me tell you, these fair reports. Might get a little emotional about this because a guy who hired me years ago, John Carl, who used to own the radio station in Newton. There was a merchant's building here. I think it was on this same location where they had all the merchants and where we used to broadcast from. KCOB used to broadcast from. I remember setting up, and I don't know why I'm getting so darn emotional. I've just become that way. I think it's ever since my sister passed away in November. But there was a plaque, and it said, "Friend of the Fair, John Carl," and John is still kicking, and he's in his 80s. But I told him this, and he had forgotten that he got a plaque that said "Friend of the Fair," And he did so many broadcasts from the Jasper County Fair. He even broadcast from the livestock auction. I don't know if you knew that or not, but it was a big deal.
I have seen his name on that plaque,
Yeah.
and that plaque is still around. It's over in the open class building.
Maybe I should take that to him or something, or take a picture of it and send it to him, but he didn't even know it was there. But, you know, these kids deserve a pat on the back. And why am I getting this way? I apologize, but they do, and they deserve to be in the spotlight. So that's why I do this. So, you know, if you can help out with the fair and you can help out with 4-H and FFA, please do so. So, okay. Now, I'm going to try to wrap up this report, but I'm going to do a PS on this. If she can find the Jasper County Fair Queen and Princess, we're going to tack on and edit this report and do that after this, okay? So if this is the last report from the Jasper County Fair, thank you, Stacy. If not,
Thank you.
hang on for the Jasper County Fair Queen and Princess. So thank you, Stacy, very much. I am just a guy that wears his heart on his sleeve. And sorry about that if that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, but you know.
It's Fair Week and everybody's tired.
Yeah, it's been a long week, hasn't it? Crazy. Until either the Jasper County Fair Queen or Princess, or until next time, grrr, out is out. See ya.
Okay. There we go.
All righty, here we go. Additional video and audio here for Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast. And we have the Jasper County Fair Queen and Princess with us. I am so excited. I'm with royalty here. I don't know if I can handle it. Okay, and you are?
I am Soraya Nolan, your Jasper County Fair Queen.
Oh, are you so excited to be
I am.
Jasper County Fair Queen? Well, let's find out about you. Your parents are?
My parents are James Nolan and Cassia Nolan.
And where are you from?
I'm from Monroe, Iowa.
Good old Monroe.
Yep.
Did you work at for Lynn Donahue by any chance?
Yes, I work at Jersey Freeze.
Oh, I love. You know what? Lynn is a sponsor for these Jasper County Fair reports. He's a longtime friend of mine.
Yeah.
We go way back. I hate to tell you, to the early 1980s when he used to own the Baskin-Robbins franchise in Pella. And he is a regular sponsor of my podcast. And every Sunday I do podcast trivia, and we give out Jersey Bucks. So, and I go there and I get the Van and Bon Bon freezer,
Yep.
and I love that. And he's just a great guy. So, are you a farm kid or no?
Yes, so I grew up on my family's farm. My grandparents, it's Nolan Red Angus.
Okay, and what do you raise on the farm?
We raise Red Angus cattle.
Red Angus cattle. Do you have crops? Do you have corn? Do you have beans or anything like that?
My grandpa does the beans and the crop part. I'm more of the cattle part. That's what I focus on.
Did you grow up in 4-H?
I did, yes.
What kind of projects did you have?
I would always enter static exhibits, so photography was one of my favorite things to enter, and then I would also show cattle at the Jasper County Fair.
Aha, okay. And when did you start in 4-H?
I started the soonest I could, so 4th and 5th grade is when I got started.
Okay, now did you get into FFA and that kind of thing too?
Yep, I did FFA all 4 years of high school, and I was an officer for 2 years, serving as the secretary and the vice president.
Okay. So how are you judged in the Jasper County Fair and the Queen competition?
So the Queen contest is a full day event. We first start with an application, and then the contest runs all day. It's a series of interviews. We walk across the stage, and then you do your presentation, and then after that you answer a pop question in your formal dress.
All right, fantastic. And you are?
Hayden Lowry,
All right,
the
Hayden.
2026 Jasper County Fair Princess.
Look at that smile.
Yes.
Oh, you are so excited to be the princess. Okay, and tell us where you're from.
I'm from Searsboro, so kind of near Montezuma.
I know where that is.
Yes,
And I used to have a girlfriend years ago that had a place, an A-frame at Lake Ponderosa.
Yeah,
And we'd go by Searsboro on the
Yes,
way.
That's like 3 minutes from our house.
I
so
know.
Very close.
That's
yes.
great. That's great. So, how? Okay, and tell us who your parents are.
My parents are Jason and Jen Lowry.
Okay, are you a farm kid or a city kid?
A farm kid. Yeah,
Okay.
We live on a farm. We raise swine, sheep, poultry and cattle, and my dad crop farms corn and beans with his brother and then his dad, so my grandpa.
Now, I always ask whether you're a farm kid or city kid because I always want to stress to be in 4-H and FFA, you don't have to live on a farm.
No, there's so much static projects. I enter photography, sewing projects, different baking projects that I love. So there's so much diversity in it. That makes it so fun.
Okay, and where do you go to school?
I'm homeschooled, and then I do enroll at Lumbo for Ag and FFA.
Okay, and so were you in 4-H then?
Yes, yep. I started 4-H when I was in 4th grade, so as early
Okay.
as I could. And before that, when I was 6, I started showing bottle caps in open class. And
All
just
right.
loved it. Yes.
Great, great. And to be the princess, what kind of, how were you judged also?
Yeah, so pretty much the same way. I turned in an application, and then they reviewed that, and then like I gave a speech about like Jasper County Fair theme, which is Let's Glow Crazy. Did some interviews. It was a great process, and it was a lot of
So
fun.
what did you think of that theme too, Let's Glow Crazy? It's kind of an interesting theme. I heard that and I thought, well, where the heck did that come from anyway? What did you say in your speech?
I kind of said different things at the fair. How it has made me like glow as a person. So I touched on like different static projects and how that's just molding me into who I am, and all my livestock projects, like having like a hard work ethic and everything and determination. So I just touched it back to how the fair has made me glow as a person.
Oh, how great. So what do you plan to do in the future? What were your future plans? You're going to go on to college? You're going to go to trade school? What are you going to do?
So I just graduated from PCM, and then next year I'm headed to the University of Iowa for business.
All right, good deal. How about you? What does your future look like?
Yeah, so I am going to be a junior this year, so finish high school, and then I plan to go for an undecided ag major.
Ag major. Okay, going to stay in
Yes.
it. I know you're both very busy. You have a lot of things to do, and you're going to go on, so I'm going to
Yes.
let you go. But thanks for taking the time out of your day on wrap-up day here at the Jasper County Fair. Congratulations to you both.
Thank
You
you.
deserve all your honors. Your tiaras are glowing. You look just fantastic. So, yes, the Jasper County Fair Queen and Princess here as we wrap up Out and About with Jamie Grout for this year's Jasper County Fair Reports. I want to thank Timberline East, our overriding presenting sponsor for these reports. Until next time, Grout is out. See ya. You want to hit that black button for me?